What's up, Wolverine fans? Today I have a special review for you, along with Marvel and Heroclix fans alike. Today I have Weapon X from the latest Heroclix set, Captain America. This happens to be one of the 5 chase figures. I was very lucky to pull him. If you watched my unboxing booster pull videos, you will see that I pulled him. So I'm just going to do a closer look review on this figure by request, and I'm really excited to do that. But first, I just want to go over some basic information here. Weapon X has 3 keywords: Alpha Flight, Animal, and Weapon X. He is 72 points, and he's number 59 in the set. Alright, as you can see here, I have the figure out, and I just wanted to spin him around for you guys to get a good idea of this new figure here. The really cool thing about this guy is he has there's pieces to him, and this is the first set where Heroclix actually have removable pieces. I will go through the mechanism of how this character works, but in general, for the sculpt and just the well-being of the character, of just how cool he is, one of the features is he can break out of his, you know, whatever you want to call this, chamber, whatever. And then once he breaks out of this chamber, he is ready to rip shreds, tear people limb to limb. I mean, Wolverine at his best. So here is a really up-close picture of Weapon X here. I just wanted to give you the nice detail here and the paint on his chest and the muscles and his claws, and you know, just to get some really nice detail on this figure. You know, it just is a really awesome looking Heroclix. I really have to say that it's one of the awesome, best looking figures out there. Definitely for sculpt and just the way it looks. Alright, before I go into the more in-depth part of this review, I just want to go over some of the features on the dial before we go into this. He is a grounded character, single fist, regular defense, and he does have a trait, which I will go into, and he has like a new mechanic, and it's based off a timer on rounds. This is like 4. If you click it, it'll go down to 3. So once you get to the click of like his actual start-in dial, that's actually when he's playable. So each turn you can click him and then he'll go. But I'll go into more depth on that one when I get there. He has no range, a regular damage, Weapon X, 72 points, logo of the set, number 59. Alright, so now I'm going to go over the card and show you this powers, and you can read it and I'll just go through it. So Weapon X, his trait is breaking out of the tank. The tank is attached to Weapon X and can't be moved, placed, targeted, assigned an action, or damaged at the beginning of your turn. Turn this dial to the right. As long as the fluid tank is attached, any opposing character occupying an adjacent square may be given a power action to turn his dial once to the left. When click 5 is revealed, remove the fluid tank, and at the beginning of your turn, if you control no other friendly characters, click Weapon X to click 5 and remove the fluid tank. Alright, so this is how I interpret this, and probably most people interpret this. So once you play Weapon X on the field, at the beginning of your turn, you move him to the right. Everything is basically, that's pretty clear. You cannot do anything to Weapon X. You can't move him, you can't TK him, you can't do anything to Weapon X. You can't, and your opponent cannot do that until he actually is on click 5. Now the other feature here says any opposing character occupying an adjacent square may be given a power action to turn his dial once to the left. So if your opposing character gets up adjacent to Weapon X while he's still in the tank and before click 5, you can give them a power action and just click the dial to the left, which would be reversing the effect, so to keep him in the tank. Now the final thing that I want to talk about this character is, say if you lose all your characters before Weapon X actually comes out of the tank, you get to bring Weapon X out on click 5 immediately, basically. So that's pretty nice. So I mean, I doubt you're gonna lose all your characters before he gets to click 5, but just say if you are, just say you go out there on the first move and get KO'd in the first 2 rounds and you have no other characters but Weapon X, then you could click him to click 5 and then you can use him then. It's kind of like him like freaking out, breaking out, instead of actually waiting his time. No matter what, he's gonna come out of that tank and he's gonna be ripping people to shreds. So good luck with that. Alright, so more powers we have here. He has charge once he gets you know, out of the tank. He's got flurry. He has blades, claws, fangs. Obviously he doesn't have all these together. He would have charge and blades. 72 points, Marvel Heroclix. And up top here he has combat reflexes and regeneration and battle fury for anyone who can't be mind controlled and can't make ranged attacks or be carried. But that's fine. He's going to be well aware of his surroundings. I'm not going to read through all this, but you can pause it if you want to read some bio on Weapon X. Alright, so let's look at the dial and actually see what this guy is working with. We'll skip past the timer because, you know, that's pretty self-explanatory. You're not doing anything with that. Alright, so now that we're on his 5th click, which is actually his first click of actually doing some damage here, we have a 10 movement with charge, 12 attack with blades, and 17 with combat reflexes, and 3 damage with battle fury. So you can charge in, and you can blades with a 12 attack, and now that you're going to be close with the person, you'll have a 19 defense from close combat once they retaliate. And you can choose to do 3 straight damage, or you could try your luck with blades and could roll from a 1 to a 6. So right from the bat, you're most likely going to hit, and you're going to probably be damaging some strong attack with good damage. Definitely good potential. Now here on the 2nd click, which is the 6th, it's a 9 charge, 11 attack with blades, 17 combat reflexes, and 3 damage with battle fury. So it's pretty good. Just drops off a tiny bit. 11 is still a great attack. Now we have a new power up top, and it is flurry. So you can attack 2 times at close combat, and you're going to be able to do blades as well. Now that your damage went down to a 2, I almost always, no matter what, I'm rolling blades on a 2 damage. 3, sometimes I will do the 3 damage just because you have a, you know, 3 damage is decent and you can get through impervious and invulnerability no matter what, at least 1. But with 2, you have to roll blades to get more than that. The chances are good that you'll at least get a 2 or higher. And even with the 3 damage, it's a good chance you'll at least get a 3 or higher. But still, 2 is the most definite you see that you're rolling blades. Alright, so now we have blades and we have flurry. Damage is down to a 2, 16 in combat reflexes. So from range, you're going to be a 16. But if you're up close with someone, you're going to be an 18. So this is pretty good defense, and you're going to be doing a lot of attacks with good potential to do a lot of damage. Alright, now on the 9th click, you have charge again with blades. You got the 3 damage here, and now you have regeneration. So now you can choose to roll a d6, -2, and then that's how many times you can heal up. But if you roll a 2, if you roll a 2 and you -2, you get a 0, and the minimum, there is no minimum. You can roll only, you could get nothing. So you want at least a 3 here, so you at least get to heal up 1 click. Up to a 6, which would give you 4 health. So that's pretty good. Alright, so now on the 10th click, we have flurry, blades, and some more regen. Now on the 11th click, we have blades, flurry, and regen as well. We have 1 damage, so right now you're most likely going to try to regen up and try to get your health back up and fight some more. And then he's KO'd. I have to say that this is a long dial with a lot of, it's a long dial for a Wolverine, or it's comparable for a normal Wolverine dial. The points, 72 points for what he can do is amazing. I really have to say, for 72 points, yeah, you have to wait 4 or 5 turns to actually get him out, but it's definitely worth the wait. And you're most likely not going to lose any characters or be set back that far, because once he comes out, you're going to get a lot of help for only 72 points. Alright, so my overall thoughts on Weapon X. I have to say he's definitely probably 8 out of 10, maybe even a 9 out of 10. I might even go as far as probably just sticking with the 9 out of 10 or 8 out of 10, because he can't start the game right off the bat and to get into position. And if your opponent is really, really good, it's potentially he could actually block you from getting out of the tank, you know, at least a turn or two, and that's not good. But I think that you're going to get a lot of value out of a 72-point figure with this once he comes out. He looks amazing. You know, and if you're a really big fan of Wolverine, it's a must-have. I have to say it's a must-have. Now, it is a hard figure to get, and he's rather expensive. The set just came out, and I checked on eBay, and it's around 80 bucks if you just want to buy them. From auction, it could probably go from like 50 to 80, I guess. But I would see him selling probably no lower than $55, $60 at the lowest, and at the highest 80 if you just want to outright buy them. So he's definitely an expensive figure. It is a chase figure, so you know they're typically more expensive. But if you're able to get him, definitely recommend trying him out. I think you won't be disappointed once you can work around the mechanism of the timer in the beginning of the game. He's got 7 clicks, which is typical to be pretty nice for a Wolverine figure. I think the new ones that have been out in the last 2 sets have been at least 6 or 7. So it's a Wolverine dial with 3 clicks of regen at the end, and even on those clicks of regen, he still has the potential to do damage with flurry and blades, and you know, so he's never out of the game if you know your opponent is surrounding him and you have a choice between attacking or regenning up. I mean, at the end of the game, you know, a lot of times if your character has regen, they are not going to be able to attack and they're not going to be able to do any damage. So you have no choice but to regen. With this Weapon X Wolverine figure, you have options. The option of attacking, and if you do miss, most likely you will die because regeneration does not reduce any of your damage, and he has like 16 and 15 defenses at that time. But you know, if you want to do the regen, which is most likely your best option unless it's a tight game and you know you can probably hit them. But yeah, I mean, on some of those clicks, I think you even have flurry and regeneration. So if you need to hit 1 hit, you have a good chance of doing that. So I definitely recommend this character and this figure. It looks amazing, and I have yet to play him, but believe me, I will try him out as soon as I possibly can, and I have high hopes for him. Leave a comment, tell me if you've played him, used him, or have seen him in action, and tell me what you think. I think he would do pretty good, I really do. I don't know if he's going to be in high competition, you know, tournament teams, but you know, I think good players will be able to use him pretty well and get some good use out of him for sure. Alright guys, take it easy, and if there's any figures that you want me to review, let me know.